Hello.
Howdy, Tony. How are you today out in beautiful Utah?
Yes, it is. It's gorgeous today. Let me there's nothing I need to do but just start talking with you, I guess.
Sounds like a plan. That's what I'm here for.
Lauren Marie Taylor, as I live and breathe, there you are. What a career. What a wonderful career you've had.
What a roller coaster. Started with commercials in a horror movie, on a soap opera on ABC, our ABC affiliate way back in the 80s and 90s, and then go back on stage and then back to horror movies. And it's so exciting to be back in this world again because the horror community is they're just so terrific.
It's so different than it was in in the 80s and the 90s because horror has really elevated into its own uh, I know it's always been a genre, but it's a super genre.
Yeah, we have a lot of the paranormal films to thank for that. A lot of the franchises to thank for that. Just the staying power of the slasher, of the 80s slasher, is just phenomenal.
But before we get into in a violent nature, do you miss stage work? Do you go back to the stage every so often and perform?
Not so much anymore. What I've been doing was community theater. So
Mhm.
I used to love to sing and dance. Okay, yes, I was one of those. I was musical theater. Probably would have been in high school musical if I'd been young enough. But I was in musical theater like Guys and Dolls
Sure.
and, anything goes. But then I made the transition from being on stage to directing the musicals.
Yeah.
So I was a director of our local multi-generational theater group, which ranged from 8 years old to 80 somethings.
Wow. Wow. I used to perform in LA with Barry Van Dyke and his theater group, and
Oh, wow.
I'm from musical theater. My Harold Hill will make you cry. I always say, not and not for the right reasons. It just was terrible. Uh, and you enjoy the horror genre.
Yes, I do. I have a really good scream. And many, many years ago, and I can't tell you if I scream or not in this movie, but many years ago, after I did Friday the 13th, I did another horror movie. And then when I was on the soap opera, they contacted my agent and I started dubbing in
Wow.
screams for other horror movies. My lips are sealed, but one of them was for a very big franchise. And some of the fans out there have called me out on it. They said, I know that's your scream. I'm like, whoops.
I got to find your scream somewhere and use it as my ringtone then. But talk to me a little bit about playing the woman in in this film without giving
Well,
too.
first, I won't give anything away. I just have to call out Chris Nash, our director, because he wouldn't let me wear any makeup. And I don't usually wear makeup anyway. But to see yourself on the big screen, I was just like, just a little mascara may have helped. Come on, Nash, just a little bit. But it was exciting. You read the script, right? And being from New York, obviously, I'm bigger than life, as you can tell. I'm just, we're just loud and proud as native New Yorkers. And so my take was to really dig into the words on the page and really get into like describing the gore and the things that I talk about without giving too much away. And he directed me in a completely different direction and had me pull way back. And he said, no, you do this as if you see this every day of your life and you're not affected by it. And I was like, wow, okay, I'll trust you and, jump into the water with you. And when I saw the movie on Governor's Island last weekend, I thought, I get it. I totally got it because of how ambient the movie is. And I thought, I would have looked ridiculous talking like I'm from New York.
Well, we're seeing the rebirth of the use of gore. And as a musician, gore is used in a horror movie like a musical score, and this really does that well. It actually underlines the action that's going on in such a way that I haven't seen this in such a long time. That technique.
It's incredible because you really feel as though you're surrounded by everything that the killer sees and does. And because there's not a musical score to distract you from what's going on, you feel like you're walking with him. You're walking alongside of him and you're seeing and hearing and getting his experience instead of just, being the victim and going, run, hide, don't go in that door.
Yeah. And in our final seconds, what do you think audiences are going to take away from watching the film?
I think they're going to be creeped out. I think their skin is going to crawl for many different reasons. And I don't think anybody's ever going to go camping again. Just saying.
Yeah, there you go. Hey, our time is too short. I'm going to look you up and hopefully have a longer interview with you someday. I want to talk about Carolyn Williams and your new films and all of that. So watch for my friend link or whatever they call it on social media, and I'll try to get in touch with you.
Yeah, obviously I'm on Instagram, so you can easily find me there.
All right, I'll do that. Thanks, and have a great day.
Thanks, you too. Mwah.
Bye bye.